Welcome to my July garden tour. Today is July 28th, and we'll be taking a look at what's going on in the garden. We're going to take a look at the successes and the fails. My name is Diane, and welcome to Walnut Chase Garden and Home. Let's begin. Let's start over here by my blueberries. I had to cover them because the birds were winning the battle, and they're still trying to get into the covers. They seem to be getting in somehow, so I'm gonna have to harvest them. These are northern high bush blueberries, and I did have harvest a nice bowl a few weeks ago, so I'm going to come out tomorrow and harvest the rest and take off the cover because the birds are getting in anyway. Next to the blueberries, I have some peppers. I have some cayenne, ring of fire cayenne, and they're starting to ripen, getting some fruits. There are 3 pepper plants in the back, and they are loaded with fruits. In the front in this bed, I have 2 Anaheim pepper plants, and they are also fruiting, and I can see that one of them is starting to blush. So pretty soon we'll be able to harvest from these 2 pepper plants. This is my lemon balm plant that I have down here. It was hanging on a hook over there, but I had to take it down because it was blocking the light from the peppers. Now, let's take a walk over here. This is my pumpkin patch. This is the calabaza pumpkin or the Caribbean pumpkin. I planted it in this little spot, which I think is a mistake because it's going into the neighbor's yard and it's just going everywhere. I also have 2 butternut squash plants in this bed. I have 1 butternut right there that's coming along, and I have another one over there that's coming along as well. So far I have 2 butternut squash fruits that I'm waiting for them to ripen, to mature actually. I do not see any pumpkins yet on the vines of these pumpkin plant, but it is getting everywhere. It is creeping over to my bed over here. And speaking of that bed, let's take a look at what's going on here. These are some lacinato kale, and I'm going to be cutting these out and start over. I have my Tulsi basil over here, or the holy basil. It's in a pot, and bees are enjoying it as they start to flower. I see the mosquitoes are circling, but I protected myself against them. Now in this bed that we're looking at, I have 5 giant Marconi peppers. That is fruiting. This one got a number of peppers on it, and I have 1 in the front here, a couple more in the back, but I noticed that maybe because this one went in later, it is not fruiting, not even a flower on it. So, oh, wait a minute, I spoke too soon. There's a flower. I was planning on taking it out to make room for some fall plants. Another giant Marconi. Not sure if there's anything going on there. I don't see any flower. I have my basil here. 1 basil plant. This is the Genovese basil right here. And another one over here. Also in this bed, I have a California Wonder Bell that is fruiting. Beautiful, beautiful. And just want to take a look at the zinnias. And my amaranth, that is flowering. Continuing along this bed. In the front here, I have, I believe this is the Lisa pepper. And there's one down there that's nice and big. Nice and big. I have two of these in this bed. Also in this bed, I have the Rowena pepper. And I believe, with the Rowena, I believe there are some, yep, there it is. There's some fruit on the Rowena. There. And I believe there are a few bigger ones down there on the Rowena. I still have some onions still in here that needs to be pulled out. See, they're turning over. And the onions is one of the fails for me this year, as I was hit by the leaf miner that affects allium. But I have a few that I can actually harvest, and I'll be doing this bed as well. I have two Rowena pepper plants, and there are some of the peppers, and it's loaded with peppers. In the back, I have two poblano peppers. I do not see any fruits on those peppers as yet. I do not know if they'll have enough time to produce flowers and then fruit, as this is almost the end of July, and we only have a really one more month of summer, August, and the temperature is starting to decrease. So we will see what happens. I might just pull them out and overwinter them for next spring, but that's a decision to be made. Over here, I have the Thornburn terracotta tomato plant. It's my first time planting this tomato. It is fruiting, but nothing has ripened as yet. So I am anticipating tasting this and see if it's worth growing again. Here I have what is called a, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pronounce it correctly, but it's called a Buratine tomato. It's got some fruits on it, but none of them has ripened as yet. And this plant always seemed to be, the leaves always been curled up and looking kind of limpy. I don't know if this is a growth habit or what, but I'm going to go ahead and top it, and hopefully that will hasten the ripening of those fruits. And I'm not sure this is one that I will be, well, depends on the taste, if I will grow it again, because it's certainly looking like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. I do have a few bush bean plants here that I just put in a few weeks ago, and they're coming along great. This is the lemon verbena. I'm sure it's not doing as well as it can be in this pot, because I think it needs more space to grow. So at the end of the season, I'm going to go ahead and plant it out in the ground so that it can flourish. I have one zucchini plant that I'm trying to protect from the squash vine borer, and it's not starting to flower yet, because this is one of those things that I just put in a few weeks ago, so to avoid the squash vine borer. So hopefully once it starts flowering, I can take off the netting, and so that the fruits can get pollinated. A little bit further down in this bed, I have 3 California Wonder Bell peppers. 2 of them, let me just say, all the peppers were started from seeds, except this one that I overwintered, and it has some fruits already. There's one down there. In the back over there, I have some Roma tomatoes. I planted 2 types of Roma tomatoes this year. I planted the Martina Roma and the Italian Roma. I did not know at the time of planting that one of these, not sure which one, is really bushy, really gets really big. Thought they were going to be typical Roma tomato size, but nonetheless, I'm still grateful. And they're starting to ripen on the vines. I do need to do some trimming up and taking out because I can see some yellowing of the leaves. Just need to get those out of there so it doesn't completely take over the plant. This is my Valentine grape tomato. We've gotten a number of fruits off of this one, and they are very, very sweet. Nice tomato, a nice grape tomato. In the back over there, I have the black Brandywine black, and there are some fruits that needs to be taken off, and the trellis is tumbling over, so I got to come out and shore that up. Black Brandywine, quite a few of them. That is blushing, ready to be picked. Get a picture of the Brandywine from this angle. I'm gonna get those picked today because we're expecting rain and I do not want them to split. This is another black Brandywine. This is put in much later in the season, so they're it's fruiting, but they're not ripening as yet. I have a black creme. This is a black creme. And a basil. I have some chives over here. I have the common chives and as well as some garlic chives. And this is a Kellogg's breakfast. Again, this was put in much later in the season, and it is fruiting but not producing any ripened fruits as yet. A little bit more basil. And today I will be making some caprese salad. This, I believe, is the Mountain Gold tomato that I put in. This is my main tomato bed with the Mountain Gold tomato. And then I have a Brandywine pink, another Brandywine pink over here. Gotten a few fruits off of this one already. That is the Mountain Gold. This is a celosia plant that's flowering. This is my dill that's in this bed. I have quite a few dill plants all over. Some of them have already showed out and dried up. This basil I allowed to go to seed, to flower, so that the pollinator can have fun, enjoy them. My echinacea and some zinnia in the front here. It's beautiful. So let's take a look at the other side of this bed. Here are the Brandywine pink from another angle. And I see that I have a lot of trimming to do because they're starting to get diseased a little bit, but that's to be expected. Here's a huge Mountain Gold. No, that's not a Mountain Gold. This is a Dr. Witchy. This is a Dr. Witchy. This is a Mountain Gold. This is a Mountain Gold. That's Dr. Witchy. Here's another. Here's another of the Dr. Witchy. I'm going to go ahead and harvest these today. And down here, the Kellogg's breakfast. This is a Kellogg's breakfast. Again, harvesting today. And over here, I have the black creme. That is the black creme over there. So there are 5 heirloom tomato plants in this bed. And I'm going to top them as well as trim up so that the disease does not spread. Now in this spot, I have some cayenne. No. In this spot, I have some jalapeno peppers, 4 jalapeno plants, and they are fruiting as well. I've already picked some of the jalapenos off of this. Now the one in the back, oh yes, it is fruiting. 4 jalapeno plants in this spot. Now I'm not sure if putting 4 plants in this pot was a wise idea, but they seem to be doing well. Now over here, this is another one of the fails. Looks like the cucumber beetle has taken hold of my plant, and I'm going to go ahead and rip it out because I know it's not going to come back from this. And I did not get a single cucumber from this plant, from these 4 plants, as they are wilting and not going to be producing anything because of the cucumber beetle. So that's a loss right there. Now this, I have 2 plants here. When I bought this is seeds from a plant that I bought from the store a few years ago. It was labeled as roasting pepper. Roasting pepper. I bought it and I saved the seeds a few years ago, and I've been planting them ever since, and it is a fantastic pepper. Now, I do not know the proper name for the pepper, but if anyone knows, please let me know in the comments below. I really would like to know the proper name. Then I have 2 Adversity pepper plants in this bed as well. This is my main pepper bed. I have 2 Adversity pepper plants in here, and I am really looking forward to these peppers. I've never had them, but I've heard about them, and I am so looking forward to see what the fuss is all about. Over here I have 2 plants that are, it's called the sweet pepper. Last year I bought a pepper from another home grower, and I saved the seeds, but I didn't plant them. I was looking for that because it said it was a pimento pepper. I was looking for seeds to buy from a seed company, so I found these that they look similar, like the ones I got. That was a sweet pimento pepper. So I bought the seeds from Burpee. I planted them, and I'm hoping it's the same thing because those peppers were fantastic. They were like the perfect peppers. I really enjoyed them. They're good for stuffing and all of that. And of course I have 2 jalapeno in the front here. These are the Megatron. They are supposed to be really big. Already harvested some of these. Really fantastic. I have 2 Scotch bonnet peppers in the front here. They are starting to produce as well, which is fantastic. It's good. It's good. I have some calendula and some zinnia and some more celosia. Look at this, beautiful. Look at that. Here's the other jalapeno, the jalapeno Megatron. There's some more. And another look at the ones that I think they're a sweet pepper. So we will see if it's the same as the one I bought last year. And in this pot I have, let me get the cucumber out the way that I'm going to be pulling out. In this pot I have the 4 of the sweet, the roasting peppers. I am not sure of the proper name, as I said before, but if anyone can let me know, I'd appreciate it. Well, now over here in this pot I have 4 peppers. I have some jalapenos in the back. See, they're fruiting. Jalapenos are fruiting. Can we see? Jalapeno. There we go, jalapeno. And in the front here I have a serrano. This is a serrano chili. In my other pot over here I have 4 more of that same sweet pimento pepper. I'm hoping that's what it is. It's the same one that I bought from the home grower last year. Some in the back. Let's see if we can get that focus and look at that. See in the back. But they're fruiting nicely, and I'm looking forward to enjoying some of these. And in this spot over here, so I have 5 pots with pepper, and each pot has 4 pepper plants. And this pot has 4 Adversity peppers, and they're starting to fruit as well. They're not as far along as the one over there in the bed because these were put in later on in this season. These were put in later on in the season. And here we have a pot with 2 purple cayenne, and they are fruiting like crazy. Look at that. Look at all those peppers. What am I going to do with all of those peppers? Purple cayenne. Now here is where I put in these grow bags. I have my sweet potato plants. I have 4 grow bags. 3 of the grow bags are a 15-gallon, and then I have 1 grow bag over there that's a 45-gallon, and I'm putting the sweet potato vine up this trellis so that it's not sprawling all over the yard. So these are the sweet potato, and they're flowering already. Look at that. They're flowering. So these 2 in the front is the Murasaki sweet potato, and the 2 in the back is the Beauregard. You know, the regular ones that we see in the store. So those are the ones that are in the 2 bags in the back. It's beautiful. Let's take a look at my little tower. It has the orange hat tomato, dwarf tomato. This is an orange hat dwarf tomato. I have 3 plants, and I have the Tiny Tim dwarf tomato as well. I have 4 plants, and we have harvested a lot of tomatoes off of these already, these little plants. I also have some strawberries in my little tower, and some bush beans. I've already harvested bush beans. I haven't got much of anything from the strawberries because something ate the few that were on there already, but some more are coming out, so I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully be able to harvest them. Here I have my chocolate mint in my hanging basket. Chocolate mint in my hanging basket. My oregano pot, it's flowering, and the bees are absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. I have a little container with chives and green onions. And this is a green I planted. It's an amaranth I planted so that we'll be able to eat. But something else, the bunnies and other critters have been eating it, so I don't think I'll be getting anything much out of it. So I am expecting big production from my very small backyard garden. Thank you for coming along and taking a look, and I'll keep you updated as to what's going on. Thank you once again for joining me here at Walnut Chase Garden and Home. Until next time.